I think expectations are always high with this program. No matter what your past success is, that's the expectation here is to perform and perform well. We are taking it day by day. We talk a lot about having a championship practice. I feel like we had a really good first week, but we're not focused on January. We're focused on one day at a time. Today we got to be the best we can, building up to our first game on Monday. I think this group can be very versatile on defense. We got a lot of interchangeable parts. We got some length that we haven't had across the board in a while. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we can do with the pieces that we have. Like I said, a lot of interchangeable parts, a lot of guys that can guard multiple positions that in theory could help. We got to get a lot better on that end. We were pretty good on the defensive end last year, and we've got to get back to that point. Right now, we're not there yet. Well, obviously, having three starters back is important. Those three need to raise their game to a new level. And really just, we've got 11, 12 guys that we think can really play. So it's been ultra competitive in practice. I'm not saying we'll go 12 deep, but every coach likes to say that, but it's not true. But practices are ultra competitive. They get after each other. They make each other better. We've got some juniors that got to step up and score for us. But those three returning starters the goal is for them to raise their game to a new level. And so far they have. They put in a lot of time over the summer, and they definitely have gotten better. These kids, they expect to play tough teams. They expect to do well. They don't run away from challenges. And that's what I really like about this program in general. That we've never had a group that worries about who they're playing. We try to make other teams worry about us. But yeah, we've ramped up our schedule even more a little bit. We want to be challenged throughout the regular season. So when it does come to postseason, there's nothing that we haven't seen. So that's our goal. Our coaching staff's goal is to challenge these kids to where we hit February that there's not anything that a team can do to us that we haven't seen before.
Your fifth year as a head coach, what excites you the most about not only having home games, homecoming, all that, the atmosphere here, but being able to travel with these boys and seeing the excitement that they have?
Well, what's exciting, being in one place longer. What's exciting is knowing these kids longer. I still remember going to our seniors' first day of eighth grade practice. That's that connection that we've built, and with all these guys, I've kind of come up with them. So that's what's exciting about being at a place in an extended amount of time is you get to know the kids, you get to know the families, and you get to see them grow and develop from junior high all the way up to high school now and being seniors. I still remember going to that first practice of theirs in eighth grade and thinking this group is really good, really competitive. They gel well. So that's what's exciting about it, just knowing the kids and seeing them develop through time. I think it's just carrying on the tradition here. I think that's important to these guys. There's a culture here, there's an expectation, there's a standard for this program, and these guys take pride into carrying that on, and they take pride in those older guys coming back and sitting in the stands and performing the way that they're expected to for those players. I think that's what it is. There's a ton of pride here that kids don't take lightly. It's developing and maintaining the culture. These kids, I think they truly care about that. They care about passing on a legacy. When you see our seniors go down and work with the sophomores in a drill, and they're directing traffic, and they're or there's somebody that doesn't dive on the floor and practice stops, and we have a senior that says, hey, the expectation is that we we dive on the floor here. You know, that's what's important to them. I think they want to leave a legacy, and it's not about just winning games for them. They want to, when they leave here, they want people to say, hey, I want to be. They want that sixth grader to grow to say, I want to be, you know, this guy. You know, they want to carry that on. They want to win. I'm not going to deny that, but they want to leave a footprint. They want to leave a legacy for future kids coming up. I don't really have specific goals ever. You know, it's I want our guys to be better each and every day. I want them to want to compete every day in practice. I want them to care about the process. You know, there's 60-some practices in a season, and there's only 30. You know, you're guaranteed 31 games. You know, so it's more about, you know, developing, getting better, and getting them to understand that, you know, that you got to love coming to practice, or you're really going to be miserable if you don't love coming to practice. You know, you do that, 2/3 of your season is practicing. So the goal is for them to get better every day, for them to compete, for them to be the hardest working, toughest team on the floor every night in and night out. You know, that's our goal. We win one game, the next goal is to win another one, and then win another one. I don't set year-end goals for them right now. It's because it's about what is the process to get there. What do you have to do? What does it take to win a championship? Not just we want to win a championship. It's what does it take to get there? And that's day in and day out, being the right type of player we need you to be, being the right type of student, being the right person. You know, it all comes down to that stuff. Everybody's got a role on the team. You know, if you don't play a second during the game, you've got a role. You got an important role. That's knowing the scouting report and telling those guys on the floor what to do. Are we pushing this get left? Are we switching a ball screen? You know, what are we doing? And the bench is expected to be part of that. And we want them to be part of it. Every kid has a role, you know, and you got to be an all-star in your role. And when the bench has energy, kids tend to play better, you know. So our kids really do buy into that. I mean, as you've seen, that, you know, they have fun on the bench, they go crazy, and, you know, the guys on the floor, they feed off of that. So all of that is important. I hate it when I watch a bench and they're just sitting there and watching. You know, you got to be active, you got to be involved, you got to be talking to your teammates at all times. And, you know, our practices are the same way. When you're not in a drill, you're expected to be talking and helping each other out.